Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. We are here in Oklahoma. Maxi, I'm not going to lie, when we last spoke in your gym, I did not expect to be here in Oklahoma, but plans change and plans have definitely changed for the better. We're here, it's your world title eliminator fight against George Kambosos. Your belt, your IBO belt's on the line as well. You've just done the press conference today, come face to face with him for the first time. How are you feeling? You're looking in great shape, great spirits.
Yeah, I'm relaxed. I'm enjoying every minute. I'm confident, and yeah, I'm super cool. I'm sick of these flies. Like you say, very different settings from when we last spoke in Leeds. But yeah, glad you're here. Maybe the message I conveyed to Boxing Social, they did the right thing and they sent you out here.
It's an absolute pleasure, mate. Big stage. Because see today it's different. You've played the supporting role. You had the Nottingham one with Kid Galahad where you main evented, but today was a little bit something different. This is the big league. George Kambosos has just come off them mega fights, and you're here now to once again upset another party. Did it feel different today on stage? Was it different mentally? Did you find yourself more butterflies? What was that experience like?
No, a little bit different, yeah. You know, obviously, the last few fights have all been matchroom, so you get used to the staff. You know how it works. So it's just trying to familiarise yourself with who's who. You know, and Top Rank have been absolutely fantastic. You know, before even coming out last Monday, I've had all the numbers of the people I need to speak to for certain bits and bobs. So it's all been fantastic and it's gone smooth. So I'm happy. It was different, you know, a little bit different how we're on stools rather than behind the table like we used to. But different's good. It was nice to change and, you know, like I said, enjoying every minute and cool, calm, collected.
When you're in that position, it's been well documented your road to get here. You know, when you were there on stage and you are main event, you know that this is the main attraction. Did it feel like, you know what, all that hard work, all the ups and downs, don't get me wrong, you've still got a job to do on Saturday. I know that's your main focus, but you felt like, you know what, I'm getting that respect I deserve now after all the years of toil and hard work and ups and downs. Did it feel was that a bit of a, you know, I'm here kind of moment?
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, my last fight was headline, so it was bang next to promoter, centre stage on the thingy. So, you know, I feel like I've earned it and I belong there, and you know, it's almost a familiar feeling. So, yeah, I was enjoying it. And you know, one thing I wanted to mention, like, I know I've become, you know, a bit inspirational back home. People are like, you know, calling it the Cinderella story, and but what a few people, I think they really mean well when they've said it, like, oh, you know, it's great, Maxi's done well. You know, if Maxi can do it, anybody can do it. That's not the case. I sometimes take a little bit of offence at that because it makes out that I'm just a nobody who can't really fight and I've fluked it. But you have to be seriously talented to get to this position. You have to be seriously mentally strong to cope with this pressure. And, you know, I'm not just, you know, I might be really down to earth and, you know, get on with everybody. So, but, you know, don't mistake that for the ability that I've got, and I'm mentally strong that I am. You know, not everybody can get to this point. It is, you know, it's hard. But yeah, that was just something I wanted to clear up. And don't get me wrong, I don't want it to put people off. Who, you know, I want everybody to get the dreams and follow the dreams like I have. You know, and at one point in my career, I never thought I'd be here. You know, to be topping the bill in America on such a big promotion like Top Rank, and, you know, going out to an audience of ESPN. So, and apparently a lot of people are saying it's going out to the Philippines, a lot of countries like that. Obviously, it's pay-per-view in Australia. So, this is going out massive, as well as Sky Sports in the UK. So, it's going to get some real coverage, and you know, like I said, I've earned it, and I'm ready to show the world now, you know, how good I am.
Yeah, you mentioned it before, the whole I think the whole Cinderella Man sort of story, I think that's gone now. As in, it's still here, it's a part of you, but ultimately, you don't just keep scraping by these fights. You're doing it on talent and the hard work in the gym. There's been no fluke or anything to do with this journey. You were gifted, like we say, we're going about the Strathons. You weren't supposed to get anywhere near him in that fight in terms of what he did the fight before. That was set up for, this big one-bomb puncher they're bringing over, and you went over there and put on a clinic and nearly stopped him as well. We keep forgetting. How much does this fight mean to you? Put into words, how much does it mean to you to come here to America? I know you've got your missus out with your family back home, your kids. You want to do yourself proud, your career, but how much does this mean to you, this moment?
It does, like I always say, I'm doing it for my family, but I'm also doing it for me. Look at my resume. My last couple of fights, last 6, 4 of them I've been the underdog. That sort of speaks for itself. I like the challenge. I'm more than happy to face these people. They think are better than me. That the general fans and everybody thinks, I get labelled as the underdog. That's because I like the challenge. I like to prove people wrong, throw myself in the deep end. So when it's all said and done with my career, when I am retired, I can look back and say, I didn't take easy fights. I didn't get handpicked fights. I always challenge myself. Majority of the time in my big fight, I was the underdog, and I come out on top. So I'll be able to be retired and be happy, and know I went in always as the deep end. I dodged nobody, So that's what it'll mean. It'll help me in retirement. It'll help me sleep at night, knowing that I put it all in and I fought most people who was always labelled as better than me.
Absolutely, and like I said, this stage as well. But you've worked a long time for it. You've been a pro more than a minute. You know what I mean? You've
15 years now, yeah.
What did you see on stage today? We've seen George a lot of the times. He'll go at his opponent. I think it's fair to say, with Tio it maybe worked. With Devin, it didn't at all, and he talked himself. Today we got a respectful approach. He said he was going to take your head off, and he said it in my interview, but he says, but I say that with all due respect, we've not took him lightly, but that's just how I feel. What do you make of George and how he's reacted this week? Have you got anything off that, any vibes off it?
I sort of expected it. I thought he was probably going to go in on me a little bit more, try and discredit me a little bit more, but like you say, he was respectful. There's been no surprises. We always acted. Everything, like I say, I'm experienced, so I've not seen before. I've had other kids who try and have a bit of a dig at you and say this and say, just to try and ruffle your feathers a bit, but there's been nothing that's bothered me. Absolutely nothing. I'm very focused, and I know what I've got in front of me. I know enough about George. My team studied him. My missus, she's in HR, so her living, she's very good at it, is knowing people, body language, things people say, and she's a very good judge of character. So she does all that, and she relays what I need to hear. Maybe she feeds me these bits of information, and it helps me and it fuels me and it mentally prepares me. So around me, my team have got me in the best possible place to be.
I spoke to George earlier and he talked about levels, and he's had that accolade and he's climbed that mountain, had all the belts. I know franchise, whatever, but technically undisputed champion. No matter how you want to slice it and dice it, that's what he was. In fought Devin Haney, and he said, look, there's levels to this. He's insinuating he's that level above. When you hear that, is that just like a water off a duck's back? No problem, I expect all that kind of talk, or is it a case of, I'm gonna show you I'm at your level, I'm better?
Yeah, that's what it's about for me, proving that. And I know George has a very high opinion of himself. We can't take nothing away from what he did the night when he climbed the mountain in Tio. He climbed that mountain that night, he really reached the summit. But, he had the 2 fights with Haney. He changed his team in between fights and did nothing any real different, in my opinion. So, he goes on about being elite. Haney's elite. George didn't do anything that shows us he's elite in them fights. He lost nearly 24 rounds. But yeah, for me, it's just about proving. He says he's that level. Great, but I'm not here because I'm chosen. I'm getting a lucky opportunity. I've earned my right to be here. I'm IBO champion. I'm ranked highly with the IBF. I'm ranked good with WBC. I'm in the Ring magazine ranking. So I've earned my place to be here. I very much deserve to be here, and I'm on this level. And I think George needs to tell himself this. That's how he psychs himself. And that's George. He does what he needs to do. I'm not overly fussed about that. I'm mainly concentrated on myself, and I know what I need to do. And all that is now, like we've had the press conference today, we've just got weigh-in and fight nights. So 2 days left till it's my time to go to work. And all these months and months I've put some real hard work in. I'm ready to show the world just what level I am at.
Have you visualised it? You had that incredible moment in Leeds where you got that IBO strap and it was a huge moment for you. Have you visualised what, hearing them words "and still" will feel like? And obviously the doors that will open up for you is life-changing. Have you thought about that, manifested it somehow?
Yeah, it's in there because that's what motivates me. That's what makes me, on them runs when you get tired, that's what helps me dig in and find them extra gears. So, what I look forward to most is proving people wrong. I love it, upsetting the odds. I absolutely love it. So that's what fuels me, and I am a bit into the visualization, and I always see my hand raised, and not just saying it because that's what most fighters do. But I think I've already been down to the venue today. You were with us, weren't you? So been down there today, get a familiar feel, get the smells of what the venue smells like. They're setting the ring up. They'll be finished that tonight. So tomorrow I'll go down. I'll do a bit of shadow boxing in the ring. I'll see my changing room. And I'll do the ring walk as though, and I'll get in the zone tomorrow night just to feel it and get my body used to it. And I believe in that, and in the law of attraction as well. So yeah, I'm just can't wait to get the job done.
Well, look, we've had frequent contact. We've done a lot of content over the past 12 months, all sort of leading, I think, to this point. I didn't think I would be here, so we did a bit in the gym the other week, but we are here. Final words from you. Let's just sign this off. You got a message for your people who are watching back home. I know you've got a few that have come out and supported. Have been diving through the DMs, but they're hearing the numbers. And what have you got a message to all these people who are going to be watching, supporting, tuning into this event to watch you hopefully keep that belt and open some more doors for you?
Yeah, I've got a lot of support from obviously the UK back home, which I appreciate. All the messages, it's hard to reply to them all, and massive thanks to everyone who's come, phenomenal, to come halfway across the world just to watch me fight. I'm blown away. My sponsors, Justin Johnson from Hunters Weatherby, Tom Danby and family from DBG. Without yous, this won't be possible. So again, grateful for your support. And as well, there's a couple of new fans. We're getting a lot of positive messages from the States and other places around the world. So again, all the positive feedback, I embrace it and I appreciate it all. So thank you, and thanks for going to be tuning in Saturday night to see me retain my title and shock the boxing world.
Well, Max, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's great to be over here. It's unbelievable that we were talking about not seeing it a few weeks ago, but wish you all the best. Thanks for always giving Boxing Social some of your time. We will catch up after the fight.
Definitely, mate. Thank you.